$0.31. I love these.
Aren't they great?
Yes.
It's these bright, they're almost, they have a daisy-like look. So our daisies, I think everyone tells us, making them happy. And these plants I'm looking at, and they have very cheerful faces, and they just make me want to smile.
And you know what's cool about these? This is a brand new variety.
Yes, sir.
You've never seen these before, ever presented on QVC or anywhere at any market.
Brand new to market. So if you have grown Coreopsis before, they've probably done great for you because they are a great plant, but these are going to be one step better because they are going to be longer bloomers.
Oh,
so
wow.
sometimes the Coreopsis that you've probably grown have petered out in the middle of the summer. They get a little weeping, they get a little tired, the flowers fade. Not these. Super bloomers, they'll keep on blooming.
And look at the foliage.
I know,
They're
and so that's
so
a great
pretty.
thing about plants that have thick foliage like this at their base are going to shade out what's growing around them, which means weeds.
Oh, no weeds at the bottom.
So,
That's
I mean,
really nice.
there might be some weeds, but they'll shade out some of those weeds. Plus, the other great thing about these superstars is they have enormous blooms. So they have bigger blooms than the varieties that may have grown before them.
That's literally the size of the palm of your hand.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so it's the first day that we have this on 3 easy monthly payments, $8.31. You get free shipping and handling, so order as many sets as you'd like. M61054 is your item number. When it comes to planting these, Katie, how far do I plant these apart from each other? And like, where do I put these? Sun, shade? Tell me.
These love sun. So these are a pollinator magnet too. So pollinators love these.
Oh, good. So maybe even near your vegetable gardens
Near your vegetable garden, or we have butterfly bushes. We have lavender coming up in the show, which actually would look great with this. Aaron's going to help us and bring one over right now. But you did ask how they come. So let's talk about that. So we've got 3 of these.
I'll bring over the lavender.
Oh, thank you. And this is, you see how strong and healthy and sturdy this plant is. And this has been watered recently. I'm not actually going to pull this one out. It feels like it's very, the soil's very moist. So we're going to keep it in here. But this is what you get at home, and you do want to plant it in full sun. And when we're looking here at how you plant it with the lavender.
Oh my gosh. So first of all, we have this blue lavender, dwarf lavender coming up in the show. It's a set of 3. What's lovely about this is look at how blue those petals are against the yellow.
I know. That's fantastic. Plus, they're both full sun lovers. Plus, they're both heat and drought tolerant, so they'll like it hot, really like it hot. And they'll attract butterflies. So these are great friends. These plants are all, they're best friends almost.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like you and me soon to be.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, so here's the thing. If you want these superstar Coreopsis, they are brand new to the entire world. Nobody has ever seen this variety before this year. And of course, we partnered with Cottage Farms to bring you something new and exciting this year. Look at how big these blooms are.
Absolutely big. And the thing that you really should notice about the pictures is the texture.
They're like a ladle. They're huge.
They're huge, and they have, see how they have that jagged tip. They're very textured, and I really love these for lining borders and walkways because they do have that straight up tall architectural feel to them. So they grow up. They're not going to grow out and flop out. So that's why they do work great at the front of your border or along a walkway. They'll add that color and that dimension.
I love these. Well, we've got friends watching us on Facebook. Lynn says hello. Hi, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
Here's the thing. If you are a gardener, if you want something beautiful that's different and you want your neighbors to kind of get jealous, or if you want your sister-in-laws coming over and saying, where did you get those? These are the item to pick from our show because this is the one that really you cannot find anywhere else, right?
Or you get 2 for you and give 1 to your sister-in-law or your mother-in-law.
That's really cute.
I mean, that's what I love about having these multiples is that sometimes you think, I don't have the space for them. But if you don't, then you can always give them to somebody else.
Now, these are perennials, correct?
Correct,
so they'll come back every year?
They'll come back every year.
Do they get bigger?
They will get bigger. I mean, these are about 16 to 18 inches. They'll have a nice round compact habit, which compact means 16 to 18 inches for a plant is relatively small. That means they're not going to do any of that flopping over into your walkway, like I said. And so you're going to want to plant them about 2 feet apart.
So I would actually plant these in a planter because like I love flowers, but I don't necessarily love having to plant flowers over and over again. When will these bloom again?
So they'll bloom midsummer, early summer, depending on where you live.
That's
nice. You'll get it shipped out all the way through to a frost.
So, think about most of your perennials and florals, they bloom super early and then you're left in the summer with just a lot of green. These come out with the flowers in the summer. And so you don't have to necessarily plant annuals for these, place these where you would plant your annuals.
Right.
My mother was just talking to me about this because she has these 2 2 beautiful kind of planter boxes right up at her front door. And she's like, oh my gosh, every single year I have to put like annuals in them.
No,
because
stop.
I want the flowers. No, put these in there instead.
Yes.
Watch, my mother's gonna call me after the show. But here's the thing. First day ever, 3 payments of $8.31. These like the sun.
They love the sun. They're a new variety, so you've never been able to get these Coreopsis before. They bloom longer. They have a bigger bloom, bigger flower than before. They're resistant to some diseases that Coreopsis may have gotten in the past. And besides full sun, giving them a little bit of water when you plant them, you should feed them with, this is our great fertilizer. It's a bud and flower booster.
Yeah.
And it comes in this little pod.
If you want your flowers to have the most blooms ever, use this. Now, it's just one of these per how much water?
Per 1 gallon of water, and you get 100 of them
in
in there.
And so that's 100 gallons of fertilizer. How often should we fertilize these or our flowers in general?
Every
weeks.
2 weeks. Flowers in general, I'd say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it varies, and that information will be in that little guide that we showed you that will come with every one of your flowers.
Okay.
So, but I would say in general 2 weeks.
And this, by the way, is customer top rated. Our customers go crazy for this.
Woo!
Now, I want to let you know what our customers are going crazy for. Over 100 of these now spoken for. They're very popular. I just love the fact that we give you something different. You know, maybe you've come back to us over and over again for the sun patients. By the way, the sun patients are in the show. We've got a crazy good set for you. Maybe you're coming here for our daylilies. They're in the show. But if you want something different, right, that you've never seen before,
this is it.
This is it.
Yes.
And if you know Coreopsis, these are a completely different variety that's now easier to care for. The blooms are bigger. They stand up straight. They're not the floppy kind.
Nope, they'll attract pollinators. They'll be resistant to disease. They'll tolerate heat. If you live in a really hot area, or sometimes you feel like you can't have these vibrant colors because in the heat of the day, that your heat will wilt and make the other colors fade, these will not fade.
Okay.
They will keep this great yellow with this great, you know, the red eye, we haven't even really talked about. This is what we call this centerpiece, the eye.
It's so pretty.
It's so beautiful. So
you know,
unusual.
if you like previously got like sockeyed Susans and things like that,
Yep.
get these.
Yes.
Instead, and you'll love them year after year. Okay, these are popular. 3 payments of $8.31 gets them home. If you want them, now's the time to get them. You don't want to let the opportunity pass you by because once we sell out of these quantities, we rarely can ever get anything back in. Okay, let me show you what's coming up in the show. The lavender, lots of you are already asking about it and picking it up. Over 4,400 of these have been ordered.